friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're all here today. And in today's video, it's going to be just a very casual chat with me while I get ready for my day and put on some makeup. And I do have a few new products to share with you. Well, they're new to me. And one in particular is a foundation, a drugstore foundation that averages in cost about $5 between Target and Walmart and Ulta. And quite honestly, it is knocking my socks off. It is really that good. I got it about 3 weeks ago and I have been wearing it nonstop since. So I can't wait to share that with you. So I hope that that sounds good to you. So maybe you just want to grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever your favorite beverage is and just sit back and relax and spend some time with me this morning while I get ready for my day. Okay, so my morning skincare is all done. I've got my sunscreen on. In case you're interested in what I do for my morning skincare routine, I can go ahead and link that video below if you want to watch that one. But I'm all ready to start applying makeup, and I'm really excited about sharing this foundation with you. Like I said, it's new to me, but it might not be new to you, but it really is that good. And what is it? It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the Dewey. So I actually have seen this foundation a couple of different places. Tina from Tina Her Beautiful Journey, she uses this in just the regular, not the dewy. They make a Wet n Wild that's called Photo Focus Foundation and it is not dewy. And she uses that and has recommended that. But her skin is very oily, so I didn't think that that would work for me. I saw this on a TikTok video, and yes, the woman that was showing it was quite a bit younger than I am, but it looks so pretty on her skin and she really raved about it that for the price I just had to try it, and I am so glad I did because I have just been loving this foundation. All right, so the shade that I picked out is soft beige and I think it's working for me. So we're gonna go ahead and start applying this. I will say the one thing I probably don't like about this foundation is that to get it out, it's kind of like this paddle. So you just kind of dab it around, and I find sometimes I put more on my face than I need to with this paddle. So I guess I could put it on the back of my hand and do it that way, but it's just a little thing. I'm not loving the paddle, but the foundation and the wear of this is so good that I'm willing to put up with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over. See, and I just glopped a big bunch on my forehead, and that's what I find with this. It comes off a lot when you're dabbing it on your skin. All right, so I've got it all over. And my favorite method of applying foundations is always with a damp beauty sponge, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So speaking of TikTok, do any of you watch TikTok? I know I'm relatively new to it. I started maybe like watching it a year ago or so, and I have an account, but I don't post anything on there. And I will say that I follow some women our age, you know, 50 up, and I give them a lot of credit for doing that form of content on TikTok, because honestly, TikTok is mostly younger creators. And I have to tell you that in some of the women my age that I follow on there, I have seen some of the comments that I think there are younger people leaving. And you want to talk about mean comments, oh my goodness, horrible. Which is probably why I will never do TikTok because I am afraid of, you know, the really mean comments. I just did a video talking about my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I did mention in that video talking about, you know, haters and the mean comments I get. And that's one of the reasons I think TikTok, I will never even try that, because I think it's even worse over there. I think a lot of these younger people see older women my age on there and think it's not for us, and they leave really horrible comments just mocking their appearance and everything, really ugly comments. So for that reason, I'm probably never going to upload a TikTok video, but I do enjoy watching some of them, and I'm not really sure how it all works. Like, I don't know how TikTok is sending me videos, because you can just scroll through and obviously the ones that I'm following come up if they have new videos. But other than that, I'm not sure how they're deciphering what I want to see, because it's not like it's all beauty or all fashion. There's like a, you know, a smattering of things in there, and I just don't know how that all works yet, honestly. But when I saw this foundation on this younger woman, obviously, you know, our skin's, you know, different because she was very young, but it looked so pretty. And like I said before, being that it was only like $5, I just had to give it a try. All right, so I have done a pretty light coverage, and I think it's pretty blended, but I am just amazed at this foundation. Now, I generally don't like really heavy coverage anyway, so I think you can build this up a little bit more if you wanted to, but I'm actually pretty happy. I actually might go a little bit more on my forehead because I have a lot of sun damage spots up there, but I really like the finish of this foundation, and I like, you can still see your skin through. And as far as the dewy component is concerned, I don't think it's terribly dewy. I like a little bit of glow, especially like on my cheek area, but I don't want to look like a disco ball. And I don't think this does that. I think it's just kind of a nice, like, subtle glow. All right, so there it is. That's about all I think I'm gonna put on. But it's really nice, and it lasts all day. When I go to take this off and I look into the mirror, it's not separated, it's not cakey, it's just lasted all day long. So for the money, this has really become, I would say, one of my favorite foundations. I mean, this is right up there with the Holy Grail status. This is just really good. So if you haven't tried the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, there is a dewy version for those of you that want a little bit of glow. And then if you've got oilier skin, they have just the regular one. But this is really a good foundation. All right, I'm gonna go on to concealer, but I have to say, I am just looking at my hair color in the monitor, and I swear it's been such a chameleon lately. Like right now, it almost looks like it's got like a red in it, and then outside it looks blonde, and other times it looks just brown. It's really been like any light that I'm in, it changes, it seems to be. And it's so funny to me because I've been doing the same color and highlights for the last few years, and it's just funny when I'm looking there, it looks very dark and almost reddish. But okay, I digress. All right, we are going to go on to concealer, and what I've gone back to that's really working for me again is the Laura Geller, the Spackle Concealer. I was kind of struggling back in the winter of finding a concealer that wasn't caking under my eyes. Went back to trying this, and as long as I apply it with a damp beauty sponge, this really works well for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little of this on, just a little to brighten up under my eyes. All right, so there is the concealer on. The next thing I'm gonna do is move on to just a little bronzer, and I'm just using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is in the shade Light. So I finally got some flowers for my yard the other day, and I was worried I had been a little late in getting them and it was gonna be really picked over, but I was able to get some nice flowers for my pots, and I got one pot that was a hanging basket that was all put together that I just love. I'm thinking I have to go back to Home Depot and get another one of the same mix of flowers and colors because I just love it so much. I'll try to put a picture of it somewhere here for you to see. It's just so pretty to me, and every time I see it, it's just been making me smile. So I love that basket. And then I did put together a few other pots for our backyard around our patio area. And I've been doing just pots the last several years. I used to put the flowers in the ground and do all of that, but it got to be so much work, and then there were bunnies that were eating up so many things that this is just easier. So I'm just doing pots lately, and I'm happy with it. I love seeing the color all summer. Speaking of color, I'm gonna go ahead and put some blush on, and the one I've been really loving lately is a Clinique. This is a Cheek Pop blush pop in the shade Heather Pop. Let me see if you can see it. It's just a really pretty pink, and I love the little flower that this comes in. So do you all plant flowers in the ground, or do you just do pots, or do you not do any flowers? I'm really curious what everybody does, because I am not a gardener, so you know, I do a little bit, but I see some people's yards and they look absolutely stunning, and I wish I had that talent, but I don't, and I don't have the time to devote to what I think it needs. So I've been liking this blush, and it will look like, I look in the viewfinder right now and my cheeks are really red, and it always looks kind of clownish when I first put my blush on, but I have the type of rosacea where when I'm rubbing my face, it tends to make my cheeks really red, but it subsides in just a minute. But I really do love this little blush, and I love the little container that it comes in. It's really like travel friendly. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is apply just a little powder in my T-zone, because even though I don't think this is extremely dewy, I just like it to be not quite so like dewy in the T-zone. So I'm gonna be using, this is a new to me powder, and this is the Revolution, and I believe it's called IRL, which stands for in real life. It's supposed to be a filter powder that's, you know, gonna make you look amazing, like you have a filter on your face. I have not found that to be the case, although, you know, every once in a while you buy something, you're like, maybe this will be it. But it is new to me, and I will say I'm not really sure if I'm loving this or not. I thought the idea of it is really nice because it comes with a loose and a pressed powder together. But my issue is, you see how messy the loose powder gets in here? I mean, it kind of goes all over. So I don't love that part. Like, I opened it up and it's all on the desk already. So I think in theory it sounds like a good idea to have both a pressed and a loose, but I'm not sure it really works all that well. And then this is the pressed powder on the top. And look, see, I've got it on my hands. So it's just kind of messy, but I am gonna use just a little bit of the loose just in the T-zone here. And I find it hard to like just pick up a little on my brush too. Yeah, I mean, I'm a mess here with powder. All right, so I just powder the T-zone. Yeah, so I don't know if I would recommend this. Ooh. Yeah, it's like that loose powder just seems to go everywhere. I think if they could do better packaging, the powder is actually kind of nice, but I don't know if it's worth it for the mess that it is. And I don't think I'd ever want to take this traveling. You know, if it ever came open, it would just be a disaster in your makeup case. So that's another new product that I don't know if I'd definitely recommend. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tight line my upper eyes. And I'm probably gonna just like speed through this section really quick. I've recently learned that a lot of people get kind of squeamish when they see people doing a tight line. And I never thought about that before, but it's kind of like, I know my husband can never watch me take my contacts in and out. He doesn't really like the way that looks. So I feel like some people just, something to do with your eyes, you can get a little squeamish. So anyways, I am going to tight line my upper eyes, but I will just fast forward through this just to get on to the next step. So I will be right back after I've applied my eyeliner. So I'm gonna put some eyeshadow on, and I'm going to use my new Tartlette and Bloom palette that I still just love so much. Let me show you these colors. All right, and now I'm excited to share with those of you who have watched my channel for a long time know that I have struggled having to put my mascara on first and then my eyeshadow, because I would always get mascara up onto the eyeshadow and have to redo everything, and it just drove me crazy. But I have been practicing, and I have found a way that I am able to apply my eyeshadow first before my mascara. And it really has to do with one of these mirrors like this. If I can like look down while applying my mascara, I'm able to do this. So I'm really proud of myself for doing it, you know, the right way now. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply just a really easy basic look, because you know I can't do much more than that. So I think I'm gonna pick like this really light color for all over the lid first, which is Flower Child is the name of that one. But oh my gosh, this Tartlette and Bloom palette, it smells like chocolate. And I did not know that when I purchased it, but oh, like right now, I just get this lovely smell of chocolate. It's just so nice. It was pricier and I didn't need it, but I love it and I'm so glad I have it. All right, so I just put a little of that on the lids. And then I think I'm gonna use this Sweetheart shade right here. Try to define a little above my crease, a little, the best I can do. I am no eyeshadow person. I love eyeshadow. I buy a million palettes and I'm not even good at applying it, but I still love it. So you will never get like a tutorial on my channel. I can show you what works for me and how I do it, but you will never see a tutorial because I'm really just learning myself. So I'm just gonna take this and kind of just do above the crease a little bit and kind of in the corner. Yeah, if you want eyeshadow tutorials, I'm not the girl for you. Okay, so I've still got to do some blending, but now I'm going to put a little of a shimmer shade, this one here, the real light one. And I've seen this, so many YouTubers do this and applying it with their finger, and I actually kind of like that. It's really nice and an easy way to get it exactly where you want it. So I have been doing this lately. And then of course I got to do a lot of blending here. But this, as you'll see when I'm done, it's really like hardly an eyeshadow look. I am the type of person, I love just really natural looks where, just because I feel like maybe because I'm not good at doing eyeshadow, maybe if I was better, I could try a more dramatic look, but I'm not. So I just tend to go with very natural, neutral tones like almost every single day. Okay, and that is gonna be my eyeshadow look. Like I said, it's nothing special, but that's basically all I can do. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I will curl my eyelashes and put on some mascara. So I finally got my ring back from the jeweler this week. If you hadn't seen, I'm not sure which video it was in. Oh, I think it was a recent favorites video. I had mentioned that I took my ring into the jeweler's to get cleaned, which I do occasionally, and 2 or 3 of the diamonds in my wedding band were loose, and I was just so grateful that I got it there before I lost the stones, because after I had said that in that video, so many of you had chimed in and said, yes, you had lost stones, and that would be heartbreaking. So I'm really glad that I was lucky. So it's back, and it's always looks so shiny. I'm thinking of maybe purchasing a jewelry cleaner from Amazon. If anyone has any good recommendations, because I just love how it looks when you get it back, and just the regular jewelry cleaner that I have just doesn't seem to do that good of a job. All right, so how I'm able to apply my mascara is with this mirror, I'm able to look down, and that is the ticket for me not to get it all over my eyeshadow. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'll show you in a minute, the mascara that I'm using is the Ulta. This is their tubing mascara. I think it's called the Lash Flash. And I have been loving this. This is all I've been wearing recently. I really am liking the tubing mascaras, and this one is so much less expensive than the Thrive Cosmetics, which is a really great one. Sherry from Show Me Sherry, I know that's her favorite, and it is, it's so good. But it's pricey for mascara, and mascara is something, you know, you go through every couple of months. So this one I really like. So those are the lashes with the Ulta, the Lash Flash. Okay, so that is my eyes done, and we're gonna be just finishing up quick. And this is another new to me product. It is the Buxom, I think it's called the Plumping Lip Polish. And I got this little sample size recently. And this shade is in Dolly, I believe. Yes, Dolly. So I'm gonna put some of this on. Now it is one of those plumping ones that's supposed to make your lips look fuller, which I don't know if it really does that. but I like this one where I've tried other plumping ones, and have you ever tried those where it actually kind of stings and tingles? And I've read it's something like hot pepper or something in those that, you know, are supposed to make your lips kind of swell a little bit, but I don't like that feeling. And especially if you're a person that has ever suffered from cold sores, I don't want any of like that burning, tingling feeling on my lips, because it's always like, oh my gosh, you know, cold sores are the worst. And I don't like that. So I don't like those plumping glosses, but I tried this and it doesn't do that like tingly burning sensation. So I do like this one. And this is just a perfect little like nudie pink shade. So there it is. This is really good, and I'm actually thinking of looking to get a full-size one when this runs out, because I really do like this. Like I said, I don't know if it makes my lips look any fuller, but I like the texture of it. It's not thick and gloopy. It doesn't dry my lips out. I do like the lip gloss. This is a good one. The Buxom, I think it's the Plumping Lip Polish is what this is called. Okay friends, so I am all done putting my makeup on for the day. I hope that you enjoyed just hanging out with me here for a little bit. I do want to say before I sign off here that I hope you know how much I appreciate that you take time out of your busy days to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.